Sitten kun saavutte sinne risteyksen tasalle, niin
Beneath the pine tree canopy, they're preparing for a battle they hope will never come. Nervous faces, twitching hands, citizens in disguise.
We have a training session going on what to do when you're coming back to your vehicle after you have abandoned it, so it's not being booby-trapped.
You could call this Finland's Dad's Army, a voluntary defence course, open to both those refreshing their skills after conscription and completely new starters, aiming to fight for their country.
This conflict has sparked some interest in many people's brain. Like, I think most of my basic course at this very moment, working behind me, are very fresh learners. Let's put it like that. So there are people from all walks of life.
My name is Marko Järvelin. I'm a financial consultant.
Anssi Eboreme, doctor.
Daniela Nieminen, a quality assurance engineer.
Finns are always ready to defend themselves and each other. National service means this country can call on 900,000 reservists. That was always a precaution, but their neighbours' aggression has been a turning point. Applications to train here have gone up tenfold. The most popular courses, shooting practice and anti-tank combat. Here they're learning self-defence, and that's a reflection of the rise in concern around Russia's actions since the invasion of Ukraine. And that's also seen in wider society, where support for joining NATO has tripled in just a matter of weeks. Before the war in Ukraine, why did you think it wasn't right to join NATO?
As the environment has been changing and the politics have been made clear that Russia is not intending to honor anybody else's wishes and laws. So in that sense, we need to also change our views.
My female friends are more interested in learning like shooting and basic training.
As a father, I thought like, what is this? This was my wife and my children, and then that kind of made me kind of think that okay, we need to be prepared.
Some people in Britain will say it seems a bit weird, Finnish people learning how to deal with landmines, all that kind of stuff. What would you say to them?
Well, when you have the sort of neighbors we do, it's not that weird.
Finland has resisted joining the alliance for decades because this nation knows all too well what happens when the Russians make a move.
the Finns continue to defend their country against the Russian aggressor with the greatest valor and tenacity.
In 1939, the Soviet Union invaded. The Finns lost territory, but they resisted occupation. That experience meant that Finnish sovereignty has always been tied to cordial relations with Moscow, and so they remained neutral during the Cold War. And so defence has always been part of society's fabric. It literally mingles and merges with the country's day-to-day. So this museum is all completely underground?
Yes, it is. It's almost 10 meters under the ground, and we've got another floor below this one.
And that's where the shelter is?
Yes.
Russia's lingering threat has meant that since the 1960s, Helsinki has built underground. Every large building requires a defence shelter. This art museum has one directly below the Rodan. And the largest go down and down, deep into Finland's granite, 50 metres beneath this rock, a public swimming pool. If leisure time turned to wartime, this could be drained within 24 hours and it could hold nearly 4,000 people. And all of these locals know which shelter is theirs, whether it's in the basement of their apartment block or right here beneath the diving board.
It means we are prepared for the worst, but we hope for the best.
Hi, nice to meet you. Yet if that is Finland's motto, why did it take so long for politicians to want to join NATO? Russia invaded Georgia in 2008. Why not then?
Well, that's a good question. I think that we should have taken that seriously when Putin indicated already 2005 that he sees the division between East and West. So it took this very tragic, dramatic war that finally pushed us over the line
Is there, at the same point as thinking this is the right move to join NATO, there's also a regret about having to do it?
Russia has distanced itself from the European security order, and it is their choice. I regret it. Of course, we would have been in favor of good, friendly neighborhood with Russia.
In Finland, preparation is religion, but non-alignment was never orthodox. It was pragmatic for a nation looking out onto the Finnish Gulf towards St Petersburg. Russia still looms over them here, but this is a nation now firmly looking to the west, where they see their best